Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is King Z. Welcome back to the Empire. If this is your first time here, welcome in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you do, make sure to check out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing. So we're out here in our desert outpost that we built a couple episodes ago, and I haven't done too much. I've been working on the pathways a little bit. I've set up a little bit of a foundation for a build that we'll talk about later. I kind of changed up the main gate area here, and I built myself a little tower, trying to figure out the kind of a style that we want to go with for this area. I'm not so sure I'm going to keep the walls around here the way they are. I think I want to go for a more stone look. I might keep a little bit of the strip birchwood accents in there, but I'm mainly going to be sticking with stone in this area, kind of similar to how we did our little hut here. I want to go for a mainly sandstone base, add a little bit of the birchwood for a little bit of accent in there, and then maybe add a little touch of the oak wood to give it just a little bit of an accent, kind of similar to how this one is. I like this tower, but I also don't think that it kind of fits the area, being that there's not a whole lot of trees in the desert, or for that matter any nearby. So I'll probably be changing the way this tower looks. I just kind of messed around with it off camera before I had the elytra, but now that we do have the elytra, we have the opportunity to fly around and kind of find areas that we want to build in. And there's a massive desert over in this direction. You can see our little outpost over here. I've been kind of farming this area for trees, but we're probably going to be building our desert kingdom over in this area, somewhere probably off in the distance. And this outpost that we have here, once I clear out of these trees, we're going to be using it as a spot for our nether hub that you can see just over there. And then also I'm going to be making a little bit of an aesthetic quarry here, so we're going to pretend like we're mining out all the sand and all the sandstone in this area. But as you know, in Minecraft, sand and sandstone only go so deep, and then it turns to regular stone. So we're actually going to have to mine out an entire desert at some point, and I don't want to do that in this area here. I kind of want to do that somewhere else. I'm probably going to just take the nether portal that we have in the nether and dig past it as far as I can until the next desert, or I can take a look at the biome finder and see if I can find the next closest desert that's not going to be used for building anything in, because we want to keep our empire pristine as far as the aesthetics go, and I don't want a huge desert just being torn apart near all of our areas. And we're going to be using a whole lot of sandstone in this desert kingdom, so I figured it'd be a good little spot to kind of set up the storyline of a quarry here, and then we can store a lot of the items over here as well, being that it's close to the nether portal. I'm thinking this is actually going to be a little bit of a storage, a little mini storage that we're going to set up here just so we can kind of get started in the desert. And then when we move on to our next project in the desert, it's actually going to be the main city for the desert kingdom. I don't have a name yet. I do have an idea of what I want to do. I kind of want to do pyramids, but I want to do them in a more unique way. I haven't messed around with them yet. I'll probably go mess around in creative and see exactly what I want to do, but that's kind of the plan for these next 10 episodes. We're going to be in the desert kingdom, and if I'm having a lot of fun over here in the desert, then we might stay here for a little bit longer, or we could potentially move back over to like Chaos Castle or King's Valley, or possibly even start something new after these next 10 episodes. I want to keep them, like I said, at a minimum. I want to keep them at 10 episodes just so we can get a foundation of what we got going on in certain areas, and then we'll move on to something new. But that doesn't mean we can't go back to other areas for a little bit of time and work on them and put a little bit more detail in those areas. And speaking of that, we actually have to go back over to like Chaos Castle because I added another tower that I want to show you guys. So I'll meet you guys over there and I'll show you what I was working on off camera. All right, welcome back to like Chaos Castle. For anybody new, if you want to see how this thing was put together, go ahead and head over to episode 10 and check it out all the way up into episode 20. You can see how this thing was built. Mine is this guy. This guy wasn't here before for any of you guys tuning into this series. I added another tower over here, kind of similar to our keep gate over here. I wanted to add something over here. It was kind of empty, kind of plain, and I decided to add another tower to give it a little bit more fortification and make the skyline look just a little bit better. So we fly up here, we can kind of check it out now. We have the main keep, all this stuff over here, and we have the brand new tower over here, which I've actually been trying something new. If you guys can see on the sides here, I've added a little bit of andesite block to kind of make it look a little bit more fortified in the corners. I'm kind of just working with it, playing around with it right now. I think I might want to change the texture on the polished andesite, being that I really don't use it a whole lot, and I want it to be maybe a darker version of stone, just a little bit darker, not too much darker, but it can also kind of differentiate from the corners if we do add these in the corners of all of our builds to kind of make it look a little bit more fortified, because you can see over there it's really kind of plain, kind of blends in with everything, and I want it to be standing out just a little bit more. So if anybody has any ideas or any textures that they want to show me that I could possibly use in my texture pack for some of the corner bits, feel free to let me know down in the comment section, or you can join the Afterlife Discord. For those of you that don't know, I play on a survival SMP with a bunch of other content creators, a bunch of other great content creators I might add, and that is the main Discord that I hang out in. I don't have my own Discord. I'd rather be on there with those guys. If you want to join a Discord and get into contact with me and a bunch of other cool content creators, and you guys can check it out. Also go check out my Afterlife videos. There's a whole nother amazing series over there that we're doing a bunch of cool builds, collaborative episodes and stuff like that, and it's a whole lot of fun. But now that you guys have seen this, nothing too special on the inside, just a staircase leading all the way to to the top. Really simple, really easy, and not too much else to show you here. I just wanted to show you what I've done off camera so far. But now that that's out of the way, let's head back over to our little desert outpost and let's get a little time lapse going of me building up our little storage area. All right, so welcome back everybody. I did a little bit more work than I said I was gonna do, but that's all right. We got the wall and the tower torn down, and I've also set up this new wall structure here that we got. I'm probably gonna be wrapping this all the way around. I really like how it came out. This is exactly what I was thinking for this area. The other one had a little bit too much wood in there, and I think it was kind of taking away from the fact that this is a desert outpost versus something that I think would have fit well in like a forest or a plains biome. But that's all right. We got ourselves a new wall. We'll also be putting up a new tower. I'm thinking I'm gonna set the tower over there. I got a little bit of a base set up, so we're going to be doing another little time lapse here in a minute. But first, I want to show you guys the storage facility because I think it came out really great. Obviously, I didn't build the roof while you guys were watching the time lapse because it was a little bit more difficult to do this one, as this section up here is kind of weird and strange. I want it to look like a little bit more beaten up, a little bit more broken down, a little bit more old and weathered. I was hoping some of these would look like maybe like little bits of sand piling up here on top of the roof, mainly because this roof was really big and really flat without it. Obviously, that one doesn't really matter too much. It's pretty small, so there's not a whole lot of texture I can add to it, and it really doesn't look so big and flat because we have a little bit of accent on there to make it look a little bit different. But this, trust me, if I did not have this on here, it would have looked super flat, super plain. So decided to do a little bit something different up there, and I think it really looks great on the interior as well. But obviously I added a lot of detail here with the buttons, the signs, the stairs, the slabs, the fences, the walls, lanterns all around here. Added a few windows here to give it a little bit more openness from the inside and the outside. You can kind of see in there just a little bit. You can see I've added a lot of detail in here. So this is our storage for now. I've already taken most of our materials and added them in here. Been gathering up a lot of sandstone, which we'll talk about here in a minute, but just kind of moving everything in this area to make it look a little bit nicer. Added these cool little shelves that I set up here, which is kind of nice. Just trying to make it look a little bit more lively in here, adding a little bit more structure. Made myself a little bit of a workstation area, probably adding some maps and stuff like that around here, maybe a cartographer table to make things look a little bit more interesting as well. But this is what I was talking about for the ceiling. The ceiling looks really nice in here because the roof is so weird. Adds a little bit of the outside world here, a little bit of skylight. Another thing I did was set up a little bit of a mine shaft so we can get some materials and some ores and stuff like that. I needed some iron for that anvil that's in there, so I went ahead and went down there and got some iron for the anvil, and it just makes things a little bit easier to gather materials if I need them. But with that out of the way, I want to show you guys another little project that I've been working on off camera. If we head into the nether here, I'll show you guys just what I'm talking about. So a few little projects that I've been working on off camera. Obviously, I set up an ice path that goes all the way back to King's Valley and Lycao's Castle. Eventually, I'll have this set up so that we can do fast boat travel through here because right now I'm just running on it basically. But this path here goes all the way down basically to King's Valley. We're just out here by the desert because that direction over there is a very, very long way that way. I think it's a couple thousand blocks, and then we have another couple thousand blocks to this next portal, but that's kind of the distance. We're making a big rectangle here with these portals. This is going to be our resource gathering desert. Pretty massive desert here. So we have plenty of sand and sandstone to mine out here. I've only been doing a little bit so far, but hopefully this will be enough for our desert kingdom. We We have some villages around here. We have a plains biome. We have a savanna biome. We have a few temples. If we head back over this direction, I believe there's a birch forest. There's also another temple that I've mined out right over here in this area. You can see. Mined all that out. We have another village here. Oh, this is a flower forest. So we have a nice flower forest. We have some bees around here I've already seen. So we can gather some bees and take those with us to new areas as well. Some more desert, but this is the main reason I chose this area. We have a huge mesa biome over here. Oh, there's the birch forest right there. But we have this mesa biome that we're going to be using for resource gathering. So we can mine out this entire mesa and not have to worry about anything. This area is going to be completely outside of the world building that we're going to be doing here in this series. So kind of a cool little area for us to take all the resources we need for other kingdoms, other builds, other terraforming projects. And I just wanted to show you guys really quickly because if you do join me in the streams, I'll probably be heading over here every once in a while to do a bunch of resource gathering. Or if you guys just want to see some time lapses of me tearing out huge chunks of land, then I can also do that as well. Those are actually kind of cool to watch. I know Flip does that a lot for like his Q&A videos. We'll kind of leave that off for later. All right, now that I've shown you guys our little resource gathering area, the next thing I want to do is actually build our tower over there, our lookout tower for this area. And I also want to build a few boats over in the water to add a little bit more decoration area, a little bit more aesthetics to the area, but also it'll make it easier for me to like jump on the boats over to the nether portal instead of building a bridge to what should not be there basically, because we don't want that to be really seen. I'll probably push that back eventually to make it look a little bit more hidden. So while I build the tower and a few boats and maybe a few other things around here in a little bit of a time lapse, I'm going to be talking through the time lapse and telling you guys what we're going to be doing in these next couple episodes. So we're at a point in the series where I want to start doing some larger scale builds, including the mountains and also this desert kingdom. We're going to be using a lot more resources and it's going to be really draining on my tools. So the first thing I really want to set up is an ender so that I can replenish my tools a whole lot faster. The next thing I want to get going is a villager trading hall so I can get mending on a lot more tools and efficiency obviously and unbreaking just to make resource gathering a little bit easier. I won't have to go mend my tools every time one of them gets depleted. I can just cycle it out for another one. I want to have an entire shulker box or maybe 2 shulker boxes dedicated to resource gathering tools like pickaxes, shovels, and axes. I want to get a tree farm set up, kind of similar to how I have the one on the Afterlife server, possibly a little bit better. And I also want to revamp the iron farm because the iron farm mechanics have been tweaked quite a bit since we built that farm, and our farm obviously doesn't work anymore. I do believe iron farms are a little bit easier to make now, which is really awesome. But to do the villager trading hall and the iron farm, I think I'm going to have to set up another villager breeder, which has also been tweaked a little bit. So ender and the villager trading hall are obviously the 2 that I want to get done in these next couple episodes. And then the tree farm, the iron farm, and the villager breeder are some farms that I can get done at a later date. If you guys have any other ideas for farms that I could possibly use to help me build in this world and make my time of gathering resources a whole lot easier, leave it down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear you guys' ideas and thoughts on farms, as I'm not really a tech savvy Minecraft player. I mainly just build pretty looking things, and that's kind of about it. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this series so far. I'll let you guys finish out the time lapse and I'll catch you on the other side. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse. The tower was kind of a pain to build because it's tall and fall damage, but these boats were relatively easy, and then the dock was really nice and simple. I really like how the boats came out. This is a little 2-wide boat because I couldn't really make a nice looking boat if it was just a 1-wide boat, so I made it 2. It's a little 3-wide boat here. I had originally designed these with spruce wood, but I think it would have been a little bit too contrasty for the area, so I decided to instead do oak, and I think it looks pretty nice here. We'll fly over to the tower real quick so I can show you guys up close what I've done here. I put the banners on here to make things look a little bit better. better, but then I forgot banners don't actually render in if you're too far away. And actually, we're gonna go kill this little guy here. I've been trying to get as many creeper kills as possible because I need all of the gunpowder for more rockets. I've been running out. But yeah, the tower looks nice. I went back through and added a lot more of this cut sandstone here to the very top sections just to give it a little bit more contrast, look a little bit better. I'll probably go back through and add some stairs, kind of like this and this, to make things look a little bit more beat up, broken down, like the weather has been pounding on this thing for a while. Started a little pathway. I'll probably do this stuff off camera though. I'm gonna end up bringing the pathway either down this way, or I'll probably bring it down this way. I want to add like a little guardhouse over here, and then eventually our huge quarry is going to be basically as far as the eye can see, or maybe we'll cut it off like right around here and have some more buildings and stuff on that side. I do want to have like some hoists around the area, make it look like people are really working out here, a few more houses. Just want to make the area look pretty busy. Kings Valley is kind of like more gentle and farmlandy. I want this place to seem like it's actually doing some work around here. We'll probably add villagers in here as soon as we possibly can. If we come to the inside of the tower, there's really nothing going on right now because I haven't done an interior, but this does go all the way to the top where we have a very nice view all around. I think my render distance is actually kind of low. There we go, up the render distance just a little bit, and you can see just how much desert we have. So we have desert all over there as far as we can see. There's a little bit of grass there that we need to patch up, and then over here we'll probably do like a little bit of a desert mountain to separate some of the areas. That's what my plan is for separating some of the biomes. We'll put mountains in between them. So like this area here, we'll put like a little bit of a desert mountain here, or possibly just a mountain there to separate the grasslands from the desert, because I really hate how Minecraft cuts things off in a weird way. I really wish they did a better job of laying out the biomes. Like I really like that they're randomly generated, but I also would like to see a little bit more consistency with the terrain so I didn't have to do so much work to make things feel pretty immersive. But it's fine, we can do it. It's just another big project that we'll have to do, which is exactly why we need to get the ender going here pretty soon. I pretty much removed all the torches from this area, minus the ones from the mine and up here to kind of keep away some of the bad guys. But I've added all of these lanterns here. I want to do some hidden lighting in this area specifically once we get some more buildings in here. I also removed the well, if you guys can see here. I don't like how the well looked there. I might put like a little platform or something there. Maybe a little statue would be a little bit better. The well just was like a little bit too big in my opinion. I do want to add either like some small huts over here, or maybe some machinery like a hoist over here as well, just to kind of have it like put away off to the side, or just make it look like there's something being stored in this area. Put a little cart over here. I'm really kind of leaning towards huts, but we'll see what I can get done in a creative world to make like a little hoist design or some machinery designs to put in this area. We also have some space over here that we could do a well if we wanted to, but there is water right here, which I might get rid of. I'm not totally sure. And we could use this for more areas for housing and stuff like that. Bring the pathway over here, put another wall over here, maybe another wall over this direction. We're gonna have to do a lot of terraforming over here anyways. And there's obviously gonna be a lot of terraforming that we're gonna have to do off in the distance over there because of the savanna. I do think the savanna actually works to our advantage though. It does look a little bit better than having the plains biome in the distance. We can kind of blend these a little bit better. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up for today's episode. I got quite a lot of stuff done off camera, on camera. Hopefully you guys are just as excited as I am about this new area. I really love how that tower looks in the distance and these little boat designs. These are actually my first boats as well. So thank you to everybody that's made it this far in the video. I really do appreciate it. If you're brand new or you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. I would really appreciate it. It does help my channel grow a whole lot. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the episode. Let me know what you think of the series. And I'll see you all next time here on KingZee's Empire.